Nobody is going to remember this game as just another World Cup knockout match. People are going to talk about it for years because it had everything that makes football impossible to predict. Brazil won by 2-1, but the score does not tell the whole story. Norway pushed one of the biggest football nations in history right to the edge. This was not a comfortable win. It was a battle of talent against power, creativity against discipline, and individual brilliance against collective determination. If someone only looked at the final score, they would completely miss how close this game really was. Before kickoff, one question dominated every conversation. Could Norway stop Brazil's attacking stars for a full match? The answer turned out to be almost, but not quite. Brazil eventually found the moments that separated a great team from a very good one. The first goal always felt like it would shape the entire match. Looking at the way both teams usually play, the most realistic expectation was that the opening goal would arrive during the first half after the 20th minute. That is exactly the kind of moment when defensive lines begin to stretch and creative players start finding small pockets of space. Brazil's patient passing slowly forced Norway deeper until one quick combination changed everything. Vinícius Júnior was exactly the player everyone expected him to be. Every time he received the ball, defenders immediately backed away because nobody wanted to get beaten in a 1-against-1 situation. His acceleration completely changed the rhythm of the game. Even when he did not score, he forced Norway's defense to shift toward him, creating room for everyone else. Rodrigo quietly had another impressive performance. He never looked rushed. His movement between defenders constantly opened passing lanes, and his first touch under pressure reminded everyone why he is trusted in the biggest matches. Players like him rarely dominate the headlines, but coaches love them because they make difficult things look easy. Rafinha brought endless energy on the right side. He pressed hard, tracked back, and kept delivering dangerous crosses. Even late in the match, he looked ready to sprint after every loose ball. That work rate became one of Brazil's biggest advantages. Bruno Guimarães controlled the midfield with remarkable composure. Whenever Norway tried to increase the tempo, he slowed everything down with intelligent passing. He may not always produce highlight clips, but matches like this show why teammates trust him so much. Norway deserved enormous credit. Erling Haaland reminded everyone why he is one of the world's most feared strikers. He hardly needed many chances. Every cross into the penalty area immediately became dangerous because his positioning and physical strength constantly worried Brazil's defenders. Even when he was tightly marked, he managed to create opportunities through pure determination. Martin Odegaard was Norway's creative heartbeat. His passing vision stood out throughout the match. He kept searching for gaps that very few players even notice. Whenever Norway looked threatening, his influence was easy to see. His calm decision-making helped Norway compete with one of football's biggest powers. Alexander Sorloth quietly played an important role as well. His hold-up play allowed Norway to move higher up the field, giving teammates valuable time to join the attack. He fought for nearly every aerial ball and never stopped working. One question every football fan asks is who actually controlled the match? The answer depends on how someone defines control. Brazil controlled possession and created more chances, but Norway controlled long stretches emotionally by refusing to panic after falling behind. Another common question is whether the result was fair. Overall, yes. Brazil created slightly more dangerous opportunities and showed greater quality in the decisive moments. Norway proved they belonged on the same stage, but lacked the extra bit of composure inside both penalty areas. People will also ask whether Haaland or Vinícius had the bigger impact. Vinícius influenced the flow of the entire game because defenders constantly adjusted to his movement. Haaland remained the bigger threat inside the box whenever Norway attacked. Both stars delivered exactly what supporters expected, just in different ways. Another discussion will focus on midfield quality. Brazil's midfield simply offered more balance. Bruno Guimarães combined defensive awareness with accurate distribution, while Norway depended more heavily on Odegaard's creativity. Once Brazil limited Odegaard's time on the ball, Norway found it harder to build sustained attacks. Defensively, Brazil recovered well after moments of pressure. Their backline occasionally struggled with Haaland's physical presence, but they stayed organized during the closing stages. Norway defended bravely, blocking shots and closing passing lanes. Yet eventually, the technical quality of Brazil's attackers became impossible to contain. The biggest turning point came when Brazil increased the tempo after halftime. Their passing became quicker, their pressing became more aggressive, and Norway suddenly had much less time to think. That short spell completely changed the momentum. Many supporters will wonder whether Norway could have forced extra time. Absolutely. One cleaner final pass or one more accurate finish could easily have changed the outcome. That possibility is exactly why this match felt so entertaining from beginning to end. When the final whistle arrived, Brazil celebrated because they survived one of the toughest knockout challenges imaginable. Norway walked away disappointed but with their reputation strengthened. They proved they can compete against football's traditional giants without fear. Years from now, fans may remember the score as Brazil 2, Norway 1. Those who actually watched the match will remember something much bigger. They will remember Vinícius dancing past defenders, Haaland fighting for every inch, Odegaard creating moments out of nothing, Rodrigo's intelligence, Rafinha's endless running, Bruno Guimaraes controlling the midfield, and two teams that reminded the world why the World Cup always delivers unforgettable football. After the final whistle, the conversations only became louder. One of the biggest questions was whether Brazil had shown championship form or simply escaped a dangerous opponent. The honest answer was probably somewhere in the middle. Brazil demonstrated enough quality to move forward, but they also exposed a few weaknesses that stronger opponents would certainly study. Their transitions were outstanding, yet there were moments when the defensive line looked vulnerable against quick, direct attacks. Another topic that immediately dominated television studios was the battle between Vinícius Júnior and Norway's right side. Every single time Vinícius picked up the ball, the crowd expected something exciting to happen. His explosive first step forced defenders into difficult decisions. Step too close and he would sprint past them. Stay too far away and he would cut inside before delivering a dangerous pass. That constant pressure slowly wore Norway down. Rodrigo once again showed why coaches value intelligent movement as much as spectacular skills. He rarely stayed in one position for long. Instead, he drifted into spaces that pulled defenders away from their shape. His understanding with Vinícius looked natural, almost effortless. Even when they did not exchange passes, they seemed to know exactly where the other player would be. Rafinha spent the entire match working at both ends of the field. His attacking runs grabbed attention, but his defensive effort probably impressed the coaching staff even more. Several times he tracked all the way back to help stop Norwegian counterattacks. Those moments never appear on highlight reels, yet they often decide knockout matches. Casemiro's leadership could also be felt throughout the evening. He constantly organized teammates, pointed toward dangerous runners, and knew exactly when to slow the pace. Players like him rarely receive the loudest applause, but experienced football fans understand how valuable they really are. On Norway's side, Erling Haaland remained dangerous until the very last minute. What makes him so special is that he only needs one brief opening. Defenders may stop him for long stretches, but the moment they lose concentration, he is already attacking the ball. His physical strength combined with excellent timing makes him one of the hardest forwards to defend anywhere in the world. Martin Odegaard continued to show incredible composure under pressure. Even when surrounded by several Brazilian midfielders, he almost never rushed a pass. Instead, he patiently waited for the right angle before releasing teammates into space. His football intelligence stood out during every attacking sequence. Alexander Sorloth quietly won numerous physical battles. He challenged for headers, protected possession, and gave Norway valuable breathing room whenever they needed relief from Brazil's pressure. His contribution may not always appear on the score sheet, but teammates appreciate work like that. Many analysts asked whether Brazil deserved to have more possession. The answer was simple. Their midfield combinations allowed them to recycle the ball far more comfortably than Norway. Quick passing triangles prevented Norway from pressing consistently, forcing them to spend longer periods defending. Another popular question involved substitutions. Brazil's bench brought fresh energy exactly when the tempo of the match began to slow. Norway's substitutes worked hard as well, but Brazil simply possessed greater depth. That advantage often becomes decisive in major tournaments where every match demands enormous physical effort. Supporters also debated whether the referee handled the occasion well. Overall, the officiating remained calm and consistent. Physical challenges were allowed when fair, but reckless tackles received immediate attention. That balance helped the match flow naturally without unnecessary interruptions. One interesting discussion centered around mentality. Brazil looked confident from the opening whistle because generations of success have built enormous belief within the national team. Norway, however, showed absolutely no fear. Instead of sitting deep for the entire match, they attacked whenever opportunities appeared. That courage earned respect from football fans around the world. Goalkeeping became another important talking point. Brazil's goalkeeper stayed composed under pressure and made several important saves at key moments. Norway's goalkeeper also produced excellent stops that prevented the score from becoming much larger. Without those interventions, the match could have ended very differently. Another question everyone asked was whether this performance increased Brazil's chances of lifting the trophy. The answer is yes, but only if they improve defensively. Their attack looks capable of hurting any opponent, yet knockout football often punishes even the smallest defensive mistakes. For Norway, the future appears extremely promising. Haaland is entering the prime years of his career. Odegaard continues to mature as one of Europe's smartest midfielders, and younger players are gaining valuable international experience. If this group stays together, they could become one of the most dangerous national teams in upcoming tournaments. Perhaps the biggest lesson from this match is that modern football is no longer defined only by famous shirts or historical success. Every team now arrives with detailed tactical preparation, world-class athletes, and the confidence to compete with traditional giants. Brazil won because they executed crucial moments slightly better, not because Norway lacked quality. Long after the tournament ends, this match will still be remembered for its intensity, technical quality, and unforgettable individual performances. Brazil advanced, Norway earned worldwide respect, and football fans were treated to a contest that perfectly captured the drama of the World Cup.